Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Tainted Grail. Now I believe in the last episode we explored a little along the... I don't like that. It looks like fingerprints on the screen, but it's not. It's an effect I think they put on when it's raining. So we explored along the beach a little, past the drowned village, towards the old manor house that a certain wealthy and eccentric lady would like us to clear of undesirables. We have it on her authority and none other that they have no right to be there. Yeah, I see you. And so it is to this location we intend to go. Probably also visiting the Druidic Shrine while we are there if we have not done so already. If we have, then it's in our stash. Time. Okay, it's not evening, it's just that music usually plays around dusk. So let's put foot to path and proceed at great pace. I also believe we cleared out some ruffians on the other side of the graveyard, and these ones appeared to have some military training and better quality equipment than the usual ne'er-do-wells we run into. So, yeah, additionally, those guarding the outer portions of the building were similarly trained and armed. So let's have a care in case we run into their kind again. Hello, you. I have some magic spells to practice, and it goes like this. Yeah, you fall down now. And die. Now that used a lot of power, and I want to be cautious to avoid having to do that again. I believe that red monster marker is down in the village below. So let us just continue to proceed in this direction. And this camp does not appear to have been repopulated yet. The weirdness has not yet restored the villains to their so-called rightful place. It has occurred to me that since we have defeated an ogre, and there is another in much more dangerous territory who's probably more powerful, that we have been requested to defeat. We might want to go look in the journal, because that ogre should now be in the bestiary, and I had a sneaking suspicion that the gaping wound on the head was some kind of weak spot, and I'm interested to see if there's anything here about that. Once they were giants, ancient and proud, roaming Avalon long before the Four Dwellers arrived, but their strength became their curse. Enslaved and bred for war, they were broken and stripped of will, reduced to mindless ogres, bound to their master's cruel designs. During King Arthur's reign, a few escaped, rising against their captors to fight off his cause. Against their plural captors to fight for his cause. Yet freedom was fleeting. The last thinking giants were hunted down and destroyed. All that remains are soulless brutes, hulking shadows of what they once were, still driven by commands they can no longer remember. That makes the gaping hole in the head even more. It's like the golem, right, who has a special slip of paper with instructions on that has to be inserted into his mouth, in his head, for him to follow them. And if the part of his head that can process those instructions has been removed... Yes, it does sound rather like a computer, I'm extremely aware. But if that part is removed and no longer working, there's just a gaping hole where the instructions are supposed to go. What an interesting way of depicting it. Now, since we've cleared outside the house, I'd like to go clear inside while we can. Let us make an offering and apparently gain 5% incoming healing, 3% critical damage, and... Okay, one moment. What is our critical damage? Because the descriptions on the shrines appear to be misleading. So our critical damage is 166. Let's see if it does increase. We will give some bone meal. We gain experience, breaches of the waning moon, which weren't mentioned in the shrine description at all. 169. Okay, so the bonuses are there. I've heard a rumour that drinking origin potions removes all permanent bonuses, so I'm going to just avoid doing that for as much of this playthrough as possible, or at least save beforehand an experiment with an origin potion. We now have some new magic trousers which go with the boots and braces. So we got wraps of the waning moon, breeches of the waning moon, and shoes of the waning moon. I imagine there will be a body and headpiece and maybe even a cloak as well. We should probably head straight on up there. Ooh, look at this. This is probably related to the mighty sea creature. Look, it's got 2 feet and a head with a mouth. And there's a serpent wrapped around it in battle. Okay, let's just hope that does not become our fate. There's 2 more copies here, and interestingly... Oh no, it's draped over. Wait. On this side... Yes, good. The cloth and colours do go through to the other side correctly. Sort of. Right, let's jog on up here and prepare ourselves for battle. If we're going to go inside to face some nasty buggers, we'd better be fully prepared. Which just means, you know, organising a few potions. Realistically. While we're up here, just going to take a little jaunt down here. We have a extremely damaged platform. That little balcony is incredibly close to ground level. Okay, let's do this. It's not as bad as it looks. It's really not as low as it looks. Okay. Might as well keep our mace in the hand while we go inside. Oh, hello. I can't pick that. That's not something I can utilize. Alright. And if we just step out onto here, it might be possible to get over to wherever that is. And looking at the map, I think I know what that is. We'll head on over there and explore at some point later. There's a path here that appears to lead up to that very location. So, 15, 30, 42 is good. 75% is also good. So if we just got that, whack in the 75s in case of an emergency and try not... Wait. I mean, 36 is pretty good when we got 90 starting health, right? And if we use a bloodsucker potion when we go in there to try and recuperate a little health from belting people, that'll also be good. Ah, greetings, gentlemen. Please allow me to drink this potion while I basically pause the game. +3, sure. Oh mate, you did not think that was going to work, did you? Okay, good stuff. We should absolutely block again and batter this fucker, because he is an evil cunt with fire spells. And I really need to work on this parrying, because it's the parry is not, as I discovered on the forums, the parry does not occur when you press the block button, it occurs when you release it. So it's like Dark Souls 3 dodging, basically impossible, because Dark Souls 3, you press the dodge button when you need to dodge, then you get hit, because you pressed it before you released it, and when you released it, it was too late. So you need to know the attacks are coming before they're coming. And I should not take any of these things, including whatever I just took from that chest. Because this is now the rightful property of someone who never paid for it, allegedly. And what have we here? Pocket sand. Fair enough. A very potent two-handed axe we should probably hang on to. 1, 2, 3 pieces of the knight's armor set. I mean 4 if we count the boots. And a tabard that weighs more. If we had the... So what we should probably do then. 5... I mean, that's worse, but we can make better, right? And if we gain a point of strength, we can qualify. We should change potions back. Actually, 36 is pretty good. If we got anything smaller... Yeah, 28, sure. Wait. Did I see... Where are we? 25, 15. Okay, we'll chug one of those. Because we obviously want to get those out of the way quickly. So that we do not try to use them in a real emergency. So yeah, I'm prioritizing using smaller healing potions and also checking mining resources on the journey back. I want to try and get back to the keep before nightfall. Might not make it to the village before nightfall. In fact, definitely won't. Might not even make it to the keep before nightfall, so I can anticipate some trouble. Which does mean... Ooh. Experience points. So I probably shouldn't rush. Should I? 5. I mean, it's not really worth wearing these until I can meet the requirements. Or have improved them to a greater quality or crafted better. That reminds me. All my metal is in the stash, if I have any. So I can't tell what my current crafting resource piles are looking like. You know what? Let's walk. Let's not even run. We will want to go over to that keep at some point, but not yet. According to our map, Silent Cilia, the brigand leader, is in there, and she's going to be hard work. And Sinan the giant is over here. We have the other ogre at this location. I see a darkness. That's going to be a tricky one. Drinking buddies, yeah. branded and exiled over there, and I should probably go back and talk to Orla about her quest at some point as well. Eternal War, what quest is that? Oh! Oh yes, that's what it is. It's the one I didn't want to progress without maybe getting another point in perception first. It won't make the greatest piece of difference. Hello! I see the sky is darkening. And soon the weird wraiths will be coming out to assail us with their wickedness. Now that can get a bit tough. We do have plenty of resources, but there are no wicked vagabonds here waiting to waylay us on the road. I mean, their shadow forms might be, but hopefully we'll have progressed a little bit further by then, and yes, I could blatantly be dashing to try and speed this up. But I'm somewhat more interested in trying to make it through here with a little more character progression. Yeah, I see the skeleton, don't worry. The skeleton will be more interesting to slay at night because it will yield slightly better rewards, but also would not be alone. And there's two of them. Excellent. Let's just keep on moving. Now, I've seen these plants before. Any moment now, all hell breaks loose. Must avoid Marg's camp. There we go. Let's just keep moving away from the graveyard. While the vague didgeridoo sound heralded the beginning of the darkness, it does have a sort of guttural growling quality to it overall. We're walking so as to be more aware of danger. I don't want to go rushing headlong in a foolhardy manner and become surrounded or overwhelmed by dangers I did not have time to sense. Additionally, while the creatures of the night often come swarming, it might be nice to imagine that we would pull a smaller pack of them rather than a great mighty mass of seething, frenzied hatred that would descend upon us once more. Like that bugger right there, behind the pigs, for example. Both of them. We are detected. I should just block with this shield. Wait, no, the closer I get to 100% block, the better. Got ya. Probably should have just kept blocking for a bit, but they don't seem to... Why did I think that? I have these. They don't seem to expend much by way of stamina. Where is it? This one. Right. actually, the other one would take me up to full health, so might as well get rid of it now. Sure. That's a grand idea. Let's do that. I see darkness, a deeper darkness moving up there, the dark aura that forms around the head and shoulders of these fiends. Bring it on. Got him. That tree branch looked like some kind of new dark beast descending from the sky above. I was most concerned. Right, I'll head along this path. If I want to avoid trouble, I will steer wide of the path and go a little closer to the keep. But I might be able to tackle a small group of them. Let's see, 28, what do we got here? 20, oh yeah, that'll be fine. I mean, we'll be in need of somewhat greater protection than 20 healing. But you know what? It might be alright just to get rid of them now at later levels, rather than at higher levels when the amount of damage and danger we are facing is greatly increased. And thus we continue through the weird night. A night in training, in theory. We've gone and duffed up some bad guys and they won't be causing trouble anymore. Now, are you there? You are there. Excellent. Let's, Are you coming alone, or are these buggers coming with... Oh, they're attacking you. Excellent. Bloody hell, that weird sideways attack was... Right, come on. Come on. I need to be blocking at least every 15 seconds to maintain this baby. Works a charm. And we've managed to exhaust some more small potions. Oh, those are bigger. Alright. I mean, 30 works, don't get me wrong. Gonna live dangerously and plunder this fallen foe here. For the... where? It always feels as if there is danger on every side during the dark nights. The sounds seem to come from all directions. And everything appears to be a source of harm. Even this, it could explode, fly up into the air like one of those Dremora landmine things in Oblivion, which aren't even remotely in this game. I hope. I really hope. And I mean Old Oblivion, not New Oblivion. In Old Oblivion, they behaved slightly differently. I think the new ones are slightly harder to recognize, as they blend into the background more. Oh, you know what? How many unidentified items do I have? Is it really just for one? It's really just for one. So, better just get straight into the keep and get to bed. You know what? put on a bit of speed to get us to safety. There we go. Excellent. Well, I'd like to think this slow build shield is working quite well for us. And until we find another, even better one, it's doing a grand old job. We don't have enough experience points to level yet, but we might. After we get the quest reward. Should trade first. Sell these, because we have better. And then the obvious thing to do this level would be to invest a point in strength and suddenly qualify for a lot of magical item benefits from equipment. Namely our boots and our mace. If we can craft more components of the knight's armor set, such as the gauntlets, that's an even more compelling argument to upgrade straight to strength. However, we still want dexterity and practicality as well, and endurance. So while we could absolutely qualify for... Are you going to fill in or what? Because that looks a bit suspicious. Maybe it's intentional they just stop there because there's a... It really looks like there's somewhere under there I can get into, but it also looks like it's just a dodgy texturing issue. Or I'm not supposed to look too closely at that. Very much a do not look at the man behind the curtain kind of situation.
Hope nothing bad happens today.
Osbert, my man. Allow me to share with you some of the bounty of my labours. First off, yeah, these aren't great, I know. 7, 10. This is a very low damage for a two-handed weapon, but blocking spells increases... So it's like for chasing down wizards, essentially. We can get rid of that. You know, increasing dexterity would possibly push this to a 6. This to some very interesting damage totals. Right, now. We ditch this. Keep this. It's better but weighs a lot more. So we ditch those. That. Keep that for dexterity so we can sort of justify increasing it. As a reminder that dexterity is an ability score we would like to improve. I didn't need to craft this yet because my current quest is for the Drowner's armor, which I probably don't qualify for. Let's see. By which I mean qualified to create. Drowners. No, we need 10 iron. Okay, well that's going to be a while, isn't it? Could hold on to the leather. Maybe make some more arrows just for the experience. Might as well. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's start our little jog down to the village to inform the unusual lady that we have completed her request. Also, that's a nice amount of wood. We should just pick it up a bit later when we really need it. We're not particularly crafting weapons at the moment, although making some more arrows would aid us in our general crafting experience. Alright. Now don't get me wrong, she has misappropriated this abandoned hovel. This is no To the Manor Born situation. She is not even remotely Penelope Keith. She's an eccentric, posh twat with an expense account and unusual demands. And we are some grubby little peasant who's desperate for money. As I approach the tavern, I'll have you know a commenter informed me that apparently inside the tavern, on one of the roof beams, is a magic ring and a pouch of gold. We're not playing a particularly acrobatic character, so we may have difficulty getting up to any such roof beams. I'm not sure I'd particularly want to try while anyone's awake, as it may count as stealing. And that might have been a message saying that was there in early access, and it might not be there now. It might have just been there as an early game item for people who knew, so they could try things out. And she's sitting here with a nice chap. So, roof beams. This one, that one, that. None of these look easy. He's standing now. He was sitting before. None of these look easy to get to. And I'm not seeing anything balanced on top of any of these beams that might look like a bag of coins. Now, good sir, if you'll pardon me, I haven't met you before, but I should inform you your wife has requested my assistance in a matter.
Oh, there you are. Look, darling, it's the lovely mercenary I hired to clear out that seaside estate I told you about.
You did what?
Well, you told me to deal with it, so I did. You didn't expect me to just sit on my hands while surrounded by unwashed fishermen, did you?
Look, I'm sorry about my wife. Whatever she told you to do, forget about it. I'll pay you for your trouble.
Well, your wife was very insistent, I'm afraid.
Trust me, I can imagine. Unfortunately, she often gets lost in her enthusiasm. We weren't, at least I wasn't planning on staying here any longer than necessary. We have no need for an estate.
Well, that's your opinion. One I simply do not share.
Well, while you may or may not need it, I have already achieved the task that she asked of me.
You have? Oh, that's wonderful. I can start planning the welcoming banquet. I'm thinking sea foam made of spun silver, dancers dressed as alluring sea creatures.
And who are you going to invite, The crabs? None of your friends from Camelot are going to come all this way just to have dinner, are they?
Dear gods, Duncan. You're so plebeian. Of course they will come. Besides, there must be some important people here. Weren't you just talking with them? You can invite them too.
Oh dear.
Good luck with that. Are you sure the place is safe now?
As safe as it can be here in the south, or it's perfectly safe, Lady Alyssa. As my employer, who on it, but honestly, it's her husband's money she'd be paying me with anyway. No, I should be polite. It's perfectly safe now, Alyssa. Well, it's free of hostile creatures. The building itself is probably not safe in its current condition.
Oh my, how polite. I wouldn't have expected that from such a vagabond.
I'm not a
But
vagabond.
no matter, for I now have the delightful task of decorating an entire house.
Marvelous.
Truly it is. Now, we must get in touch with that splendid woodworker from Camelot. You know the one. He made those exquisite cabinets for the Gévaudan. Oh, and don't forget to pay the nice mercenary. At least someone in this godforsaken place turned out to be useful.
Yes, dear.
Why don't you come visit us once we're all settled, And don't fret. There's no need to make yourself too presentable. I highly doubt we'll be entertaining any important guests just yet.
I probably should not pay them a visit just yet. We gained experience and apparently not a level. Although that level is remarkably close. Okay. So at this point, what I should probably do is go up and take a look at these roof beams and see if I can work out... I wonder if they just meant, like, one of the banisters, or, like, one of these, instead of actual roof beams. So I'm not seeing anything on there. I'd need a crazy jumping skill, even from the tables, to be able to get up onto these. By which I mean crazy in regards to my current extremely low skill of jumping and leaping. I don't see anything up there on that crossbeam. Oh, that was interesting. Little bit of architecture of the world there. But that's okay. You know, the game has its limits and I enjoy them. The fact that I'm able to run it on this computer at all is a blessing, given that, you know, I got this as a freebie for backing the original board game Kickstarter, and honestly, I didn't know if my machine would be able to run it or not. So, again, I'm not... Wait, is that it? Hang on. That there looks like it might be what people are talking about. That also looks incredibly dangerous for me to attempt to even reach. Not that the falling damage would necessarily kill me, but it might significantly harm me. But I don't think I'll be getting up there anytime soon. If I come round this side... obviously it won't be as visible from beneath, but if I pop around to here, let's say... Oh, there... Can I line it up? Oh wow, no, it's completely invisible from this angle, so it's only really seen from the other side. Well then. Let me see, what else do I have by way of quests? I believe I've got Heber's quest now. Lenses and Eye of the Sage. Where are we? Yes, I got that one. I could try a little crafting and see if the experience I gain gets me a level, or I could go outside and duff up some bad guys. In the meantime... Ooh. I don't think I have much metal. So a bit of mining would probably be good. And I do know that if I get my two-handed weapon skill high enough, I can mine those nodes with a single swing of the pickaxe instead of 3. There's no point where it becomes 2 swings, it just transitions straight up to 1. I can't remember how high the 200 weapon skill has to be, if it's like 20 or 30. But we might get there at some point. Let's go, nasty rain, and jog a little bit to the bottom of the ramp, and then proceed our way up to the keep once more. There we will chop some wood, check on the crafting station again, maybe just buy some metal from Osbert, especially if he has leather ready at this point. And we should also look to increase our skills of cooking and herbalism, or alchemy. Alright, let's get chopping. So if I were to cook food, I would want supplies. And the things I don't generally find out in the world are butter, oats, and one other thing. Right. Let's see. Flour. Pick up some flour. Cooking ingredients are nice and cheap, right? Oh, milk. That was it. And butter. There we go. That'll get us a good, healthy start. Now, we have these recipes. Should probably get that one. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Because we... Part 3. Right, we found it already. I don't believe we purchased it from here. Oh, well, in that case, we'd better get Part 2. Absolutely. Culinary Madness with Rumpelt, Part 2. The Charm of the South. New Tastes and Discoveries. By Rumpelt Finini. When I announced my plan to journey south to the cliffs and the Keeper's fortress, many called me mad for leaving my position as Camelot's head chef. But my time there was done. My night's breakfast had already become a staple of courtly cuisine. Maybe we'll find a recipe for that when we get there. I was ready for something new. In the south, I found that the cooks lacked names for their dishes, leaving them feeling unrecognized. Yet their bold, vibrant identity shone through their food. With some persuasion and shared drinks, they revealed the kraken to me. Fish, crab, and berries, a dish as daring as the ocean's depths. Together we brought structure to their recipes, celebrating the South's essence. Simple, bold, and universal. Every fruit, every vegetable equal in their culinary artistry. And with that, we have some new recipes to try out. In the meantime, I do believe I have a new spell that requires 7 spirituality. It will be some time before we can get proper use out of it. I think I'm going to try to avoid equipping spells with an ability score requirement, treating them as needing the full requirement rather than weapons which can be used, weapons and armor which can be used at a lesser capacity. Now, in order to upgrade these, I need leather and meteorite ore, which I do not have. However, no meteorite is required to craft these items, so 4 iron. I've got a lot of money. If I go in at about 12 iron, right? Junk. And 20 leather. We may be able to craft some very passable gauntlets. There we go. So, first off, we don't... I mean, Revenant's Ribcage, okay. Oh. You know what? Now that we're here, if we whack all those in there, and all these, don't waste any more metal. Just do the crafting. That gets us a quest done, and should get us a level. It also means I can't craft any more armor at the moment because I wasted all that leather. I made the armor based on your notes, again.
You've done it again! Oh, there's real craftsmanship in this one. Keep this up, and folks will be coming to you instead of me. Oh, I've got something else for you, friend. This one will make you sweat, but hopefully you'll come out as sharp as my finest blade.
We'll see about that. The Drowner's armor is completed. The Revenant's armor is next, and we've made the helmet already. We're still not leveled. Wow, okay. We got all the requirements for that, so that's good. Okay, well, let's go stash the Drowner gear for now, until we intend on some serious swimming. At some point, we're bound to want to do some swimming, but we shouldn't swim too far from the shore, as the great sea monster is out there somewhere. And it's probably not safe. Right. Drowner's stuff. Festering is for the other armors set. Let's just not do that. Should sell. Kind of want to build towards that. We've also got this, though. So many tempting strength 6 items. Oh, you know what? We'll drop that in there now. It seems to again be using the same two-handed axe model. So if we drop both of these... Composite bow doesn't need strength at all? That doesn't... Well, I mean, it needs less strength than a normal bow, so I suppose those requirements make a bit of sense. Not sure how it's worth so much more, unless the perception adds... Oh, the perception would add to critical rate as well, though, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, so maybe the item requirements are factoring into the price in interesting ways. Would be 3.3 more weight. We'd need significantly more strength and endurance to equip that. But that's okay. Right. Time. We have enough time to go outside and duff up a few ruffians. Try and get ourselves a level. Sure. And then, after that next level, I think we can almost tackle Colm, the fingerless, whatever it is, missing fingered Colm. For that, we probably would take the strength advancement. And now that our shield can block so much damage, we need... Oh! Aha! I think... If we go... Endurance, skill tree for shield. No. So we take prepared block again to reduce the stamina cost of blocking. There we go. Now, ooh. Do we run all the way over here, fight our way through the village? Oh! Maybe the reason that enemies don't always respawn is they respawn and get killed in the night. Highly unlikely, by the way. 6 strength to also gain the benefit of this mace. So it's currently 2 items at 6 strength. If we can build the gauntlets as well, which we could do with a lot of leather, then the 6 strength becomes incredibly justifiable. Okay, let's get a little archery practice in. There we go. All those skill increases count for something. And you know what? If the Dark Knight is not there, some of his old allies might be, because it seems that some of these brigands here do reset and are not part of Rusty Ardgal's group. or are not tied to him the same way the ones up here around Fingerless Colm, who don't seem to reappear, do. Let us see if... Ah, I see you. Right, okay. There we go. Excellent stuff.
Tis just a flesh wound. Oh, you'll regret this. I see fear in your eyes.
Do you now?
Take that!
Fucking hell.
Fight is mine.
Okay.
Did that hurt? Good.
Well, about that.
Show me what you are made of. You made a big mistake.
Oh,
I
are
see
you gonna
fear
go
in
down?
your eyes.
Ugh. Where are you? Up there? Oh no. Yes, shoot my shield.
I'll strike you down.
There we go. Excellent stuff. Okay. Now the weird night will be closing in. Where you are there. Oh shit. And there. Okay. So if I just stand here.
I'll teach you to respect. Your road ends here. Beg for mercy. You're finished.
About that.
Your wealth is ours.
Yeah, look. I've got a shield. And it works. Still. I'm done here. I didn't get any unidentified items necessarily, but let's get out of here while we still can. +3, +1, sure. Work our way up. And we got the points to level, which means we have the points for a fire. We only have like the one unidentified item, so that's not worth it, but it might be worth just to make sure we get safely through the weird night. So while the strength advance is very tempting, I've got a really horrible feeling it's our best course of action, because it would be nice to take any of the other advances, right? There we go. So now we're wanting to steer wide of the little, I'll call it the village, head towards this wall, through, right, towards the beacon. Essentially we're heading for the gallows, with their empty nooses, even though the men there spoke of hanging cadavers, which were conspicuous through their absence. It doesn't look that... Ooh, look at that. Sort of gloopy effect in the sky, like a sort of translucent, spongy version of the Northern Lights. Not sort of liquidy like fire hanging in the sky, but instead like sort of gaps in reality, like holes in a plastic bag. Or a giant monster munch in the sky. You know, if I did level now, there's a bloke up there I could go and try and kill. Ooh. Okay, let's look at this. I'm so overburdened that trying to kill him in this state is not wise. What have we... It's this, isn't it? It's just... It is. Yep, there we go. Look. Got it. Halfway there. Living on a prayer and all that. If you're into John Bon Jovi. Oh, shit, I've selected it. Fine, okay. Ooh, that sounds really hostile. That guttural rasping, not the howling sound. I'm almost expecting to hear the giant hunter spawn in, followed by the bell as he vanishes. I need to get back to the keep and craft some better... I see. Knaves. Of a spiritual aspect. And they shall cluster. You know what? We could probably do with the experience points. But how many of them will come for us? Looks like at least 3 or 4. Okay. He came alone, and that's probably in our best interest, to be honest. Let's just get out of here before things get any worse. Also, I was going to do some cooking. I should totally just go back to the keep and do that. That would be much safer than this, although also probably less exciting. Now, I'll just have a quick check around. Mainly for the night over there. Because if normally non-hostile NPCs just get up and act really nasty during the weird night, we don't want to mess with some of them. Let's just keep moving. I hear birds singing. That makes the weird night seem more unnatural than this yellow glow or any of the other things we've experienced within it. Birds singing at night? I mean, they seem to have stopped now, but it's still very, very odd. Yeah, the sub-vocalizations in Weird Night are really working to give that atmospheric feel. I'm not sure if they're picking up on recording or if you'd have to turn the volume up really high. But they are there. And they lend a very unsettling feeling to the whole experience. So, I want dexterity. I want practicality. If I get strength, I can qualify for so many items. I can qualify for these, which will give me 7 stamina. Okay, let's look at it this way, right? 7 stamina. 14. 21 additional stamina I could qualify for. The helmet and breastplate don't give stamina directly. The breastplate gives faster recovery from... Oh, he doesn't even have it. I'd have to craft it anyway. It gives faster recovery from overexertion, and the helmet reduces stamina costs by 20%. All of which are good. If I can craft better versions, that is magnificent. If I take anything other than strength, how long will it take me to hit level 16 and gain that strength? That's the question I should really be asking myself. Okay, let's look at this. So if I go strength, I can grab powerful blows, which in its own isn't that great, but it would unlock debilitating blows, unstoppable momentum, and most importantly, invigorating dance. Actually, wait. Reduces stamina cost, reach... No, unstoppable momentum is good. Yeah, okay. So if I go like that, bop. And put a point in strength, even though it's ahead of endurance, and that just feels unnatural and freaky and weird. How can you be that strong if your body isn't tough enough to... You know, doesn't have the internal oomph to hold it all together and support it, right? We're overreaching. It's like the bodybuilders who work out too hard and end up hurting themselves because their body can't take it. They're trying to gain too much too quickly, right? So we got to slow this down a bit. So those strength 7 weapons, they can all wait, right? There we go. Let's go to bed. And yet we could sleep out here in the courtyard. It doesn't look that muddy, but it's dirty and uncomfortable. We're in a bad enough situation as it is. Let's just go get some rest. And then maybe we can craft some better armor pieces in the future. You know what we should do, though? First off, let's go mainstream just so we don't confuse ourselves. But we could now don these. Now, a strong argument for not doing so is that we will confuse ourselves as to what's upgraded and what isn't. There we go. And the gauntlets. We're not going to put the helmet on yet until we've probably got at least 2 more points of practicality. This isn't quite working for us. We need to work on our encumbrance limits. 3.3, 1.9. We could actually put this on. Would be a slight downgrade. We're up to 25.5% armor though. That is very nice. And I would presume the 2 pieces of the knight's armor we are currently now wearing. Oh, additionally now our mace is healing us when we kill foes, which is great. Are we overburdened? We are, so we should not be running after rest. Dear developers, please fix that at some point. It's really annoying. It feels like a massive exploit that I'm sure loads of people are abusing. Many of whom might not even be aware of the fact that it's happening. And I doubt any of them think, oh, that's nice that they suddenly remove encumbrance modifiers after I rest. No. That... I should sleep by a fire and see if that does it, or if it's only the beds, because it might be just the beds. So what am I wanting here? Apart from loads of leather, which you probably haven't restocked just yet. Okay, 2 metal. I have many bones. Oh shit, I've got loads of leather. Okay, yeah, so 2 metal, 1 wool, 4 metal. So 6 metal, 1 wool. Maybe a little bit more wool, right? It's probably a lot cheaper than the metal.
Nice.
I'll go free wool because it doesn't seem to restock. 6 metal. No leather yet, but we do have plenty. Right. I have things I can sell, like this helmet. Not going to use that anytime soon. We'll have that, which is just better. Don't need those. That can go. These can go. As can those. These are now redundant. Well, they're a slight armor upgrade, but we intend to create better. We don't need 2 of those. Unfortunately, it's going to take us at least 2 more levels now to qualify for this. Okay, we can part with these. This. We have a better one. And that. This can go. That can go. This can stay, because it'll be interesting to see how it develops. Those can also go. And we don't need these weighing us down, do we? Excellent. Let's head over to the bench and see what wonders we can create. Of course, it would be nice to just improve our crafting skills instead. But in the meantime, go bop. +1. We want better than +1. We want... We don't seem to be able to make +2 anything. But if we go like that, and then like this... Okay, and if we go like... How many do we need? 6. Okay. So if we plop in 38... That's pretty good odds, and we can also use some metal to offset that, right? We go like that and go do. That's, yeah, that's boots. Wow. Who almost really cocked up there, eh? Me, blatantly. It was me. Okay. 92, we go 96. Yeah, that's good. Go for it. Excellent stuff. So now, these give 6 armor instead of 4, and 9 stamina instead of 7. So we are really ramping it up to 79 of 88 because it took off the... Okay, I see. So while our 9 has replaced the 7, it removed the entire 7 and didn't reapply the 9. Instead of going, well, this 7 is 7 of the 9, so we won't remove it because it's straight back here, you know. The trousers will have to wait with their knee plates. Because currently we would require 4 more metal and probably a lot more leather. You know what we can do, though? Yeah, that's right. We can work our skills. Oh, you know what? We have these. Sure. It's all skill experience. Speaking of skill experience, ooh, need to work a bit better to get up to the leather without having to use many additional components.
Always a play.
Glad to hear it. Now, buy my stuff. Or to put it another way, I have stuff. Please buy it. I'll hold off on this. I do have this, which is something to build towards. Will qualify for the knight's breastplate sooner, but won't necessarily be able to craft it sooner. More requirements. Lower price. higher weight. How is this better? It's not. It's literally worse. Right. Oh, now we can definitely part with these. And these. And these. Helping keep that weight down. You know what? We should probably go see Killian before we end the episode. Sure. I'll do that. There we go. And now that we're not having to fake encumbrance due to beds. And cooking. I was going to cook. I really was. Here we are. Oh, we can make everything. Wonderful. Let's do that then. Okay, I mean, now we can't, obviously, but we can work on it. It would almost be nicer to start with the weaker things for the experience and work our way up. But the way the ingredients are arranged, we just need to sort of craft the stronger things first. Otherwise we'll just screw ourselves over making the bad ones. Right, let's not make that. Okay, let's just make loads. Okay, got us the experience. And again, please. Okay, I mean, quality isn't everything, but it would be nice. Nearly another point there gone up, so yeah. Time-wise, it's still morning. We can go off adventuring in the next episode.
Please, state your business.
I killed some bad guys.
Fight to the death. It must be so exciting. Go, the hunt awaits.
Exciting, yes. Exhilarating, not necessarily. Afterwards, maybe exhilarating. Actually, during, quite possibly. Right? There we go. We got food. Should be making potions before we leave, right? I will give myself a healthy reminder in the form of staring at Heber's door at the end of the episode. Alright, well, this one's come along kind of nicely. We got ourselves another level. We seem to be getting about a level an episode, roughly. Gone are the days when we could maybe get 2 levels an episode in the early game, but that's okay. The pacing of leveling is nice. It gives me time to think and plan what I'm going to do next. For now, though, what I'm going to do next is end the episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone. See you all soon.